But I suppose the author thought she must give her heroine some desirable thing. High moral principles, since she was not beautiful. Some people say beauty is a curse. It may be true, but I'm sure I should not have at all minded being cursed a little. And I know several persons who might well say the same. But anyway, I wish someone would write a book about a plain, bad heroine, so that I might feel in real sympathy with her. One macabre afternoon, to begin. It's a terrible story, and one way to tell it is this. 2 girls in love, and a fog of wasps cursed the place forever after. Maybe you think you already know this story, because of the movie made of it. Not so, but you'll discover that soon enough. For now, let me acquaint you with Vespula maculifrons, the eastern yellowjacket. If you're imagining some do-gooder honeybee humming about the pastel pages of a children's book, don't. Eastern yellowjackets are aggressive when provoked, relentless when defending their underground home. They don't make honey, but might I offer you instead the desiccated insect paste they use to grow their masses? A given colony's workers are all stinging, sterile females who in autumn, when they've been laid off from their busy work and can sense that the coming freeze will bring their deaths, just want to fly around, bored, and gorging on carbs. But then, don't we all? Because they also feed on carrion, some people refer to them as meat bees. That's technically incorrect, but it sounds good. Most crucially for our purposes here, you should know that when they're in distress, yellowjackets release a pheromone to call on potentially thousands of their angry friends to help them come get you. In this case, the you was Clara Broward. And my God, was she ever in love with Florence Flo Hartshorn. And my God, did that fact ever upset Clara's wretched cousin Charles, who was just now chasing Clara through the thick woods surrounding the Brocante School for Girls. The air in those woods was weighted with the scent of fern rot and ocean tide, apple mash and wet earth. And more than that, it was humming with the trill of yellowjackets. A few were probably already swirling around Clara like dust motes sprung from the beating of a rug, their buzzing pitch threaded to her pulse as her messy steps propelled her toward a clearing and the black Oxford orchard, where apples felled in a recent storm now spoiled in the heat. And it was hot, the day humid and gray, one of those overripe summer days that sometimes linger into fall. And waiting there in the orchard with those spoiling black apples, lolled beneath a tree with juice dripping from her chin, was Flo, the love of Clara's young life. A life about to end. 2 lives about to end, careful readers. We know that the year was 1902, and the state the tiniest in the nation, Rhode Island. We know that the Brocante's fall term had been in session for 6 weeks, and we know that Clara took off into that section of woods onto the orchard path because several of her classmates watched her do it. She'd just been delivered back to campus after a weekend stay at her parents' house across the water in Newport, a house that they were then readying to close for the season. Cousin Charles had been the one tasked with driving Clara to campus. More than a few students had noted this because what he'd driven her in was still something of a loud and chugging novelty, even for the wealthy Brocante's population. A gas-powered automobile. And not just any automobile, but a Winton. Same as the Vanderbilts, which is exactly why Charles had gone out and bought the damn thing, along with the even stupider driving goggles that went with it. And he was, of course, wearing them when they pulled through the Brocante's gates, and then, as he slowed, he pushed them up, which smooshed his hair back into a nest atop his horrible head. Maybe some of the girls had, in fact, later said that he looked rakish and fine, but for now, let's discount their certainly incorrect opinions. The important thing to know is that Charles and Clara were arguing as they arrived, and they continued to argue, the onlooker said, as he parked his loud contraption in the circle drive before Main Hall. They seemed to say their goodbyes very unhappily, Charles lunging from the car before gathering Clara's belongings, only to dump them on the ground, all the while continuing to lecture her. Then he climbed back into the driver's seat and pouted there, his arms folded tight across his chest, his dumb face bitter.